Well, good evening, Mid-Michigan, and welcome into Sports Sunday. I'm your host, Phil Byrne. This is my final show behind this desk, so let's get right to it and make it a good one, shall we? How about the Tigers coming into Sunday on an 11-game losing skid, a mark 4 games worse than the current streak held by the Baltimore Orioles, the team with the worst record in baseball. So it was more than about time to put the Tigers, to put it behind them for a full 9 innings and finally pick up the W. Let's go to Toronto for the highlights. July 1st is Canada Day up there, a pretty neat pregame ceremony involving Major League Baseball's lone Canadian team. Tigers trailing 1-0 right here. It's a defensive highlight from Nick Castellanos. He just gets enough extension to pull in the fly ball to notch the final out of the 4th inning. That was a terrific grab. Here's a terrific hit. The next frame sees the bases loaded. They're all coming home. Castellanos, his 4th career grand slam. How fitting is it that was Castellanos getting the grand slam there? He continued to perform during the Tigers' 11-game skid. That put the Tigers out in front 5-1. They would add 2 more runs before Jacoby Jones does that and tacks on 2 more with an insurance 2-run homer in the 9th. And alas, the losing streak stops at 11. The Tigers put 9 runs on the board to do it, so it's got to feel great to put that behind them.
I mean, obviously it feels great. You know, no one likes to lose that many games in a row. There's no way around it. Me and Gardy talked a little bit before we got the team together, and just kind of saying, keep doing it. There's a lot of baseball left. No matter what you think you're going through right now, whether it's good or bad, it's not going to last.
Our offense finally, with a big bomb by Nicky, gave us a little bit of lead, a couple of add-ons, and definitely we've been through a lot, and it's good to hear the music playing out there and guys smiling.
Nice to see the guys smile for sure. Well, up next for the Tigers, they'll wrap things up with Toronto tomorrow at 1:07. And after that, the Tigers are going to spend July 3rd and Independence Day on the north side of Chicago at the friendly confines of Wrigley Field, taking on the Cubs before coming back home to Comerica Park to welcome in the Texas Rangers for a 4-game homestand. And that should be plenty good. Well, let's get to the Lugnuts as well, where they pick up a win in Midland today to extend their hot start of the second half of the season. The Lugnuts win 8-4 over the Loons. They'll play West Michigan for 4 games beginning tomorrow, with 2 at West Michigan and July 4th and 5th back here in Lansing. Earlier this week, we spoke with Lugnuts outfielder Ryan Noda about the team's incredible chemistry this season.
We all get along. We always say, it's a brothership. I've said it many times. And, it truly is. Just like what happened just right now. Just playing little games like we just do. It's always fun. Come to the field. Always know it's going to be a great time. And, it's just icing on the cake when we get the win.
Icing on the cake for sure. Lansing United women's soccer team trying to put a little icing on its cake in the regular season finale. The 2nd game in 3 days this afternoon in blistering heat. With a win, United would win the Midwest Region Division Championship, clinch the #1 seed in the upcoming postseason. And as you can tell by the celebration right there, they did right that. Corey Sawal scoring 2 goals for United in this one. They win 4-1 over Genesee FC. They clinch the division in their first season.
Excited, man. It's such a great group of players, and all credit to the players. The players have made this happen. They have been so committed in training, so committed to getting themselves and even managing their schedules to get to matches and stuff, and they just love playing for this club, and just really excited to be here. I thought we could be competitive. Yeah, I thought we would be right in it, in the mix, but to win it, in the first year, I think is a huge accomplishment, and again, all credit to the players.
Let's get to some World Cup soccer. More shocking results from the World Cup's knockout stage. That was a PK during the normal 90 to tie the game up at 1. This game would have to get settled after the extras into a PK period right there. And Russia, the home country, would be the one to put away the heavily favored Spaniards. Terrific save right there. A little bit of a kick save by Russia goalie Igor Akinviv to seal the win for Spain. And of course, if that game wasn't enough, how about Denmark and Croatia also getting it going? This game was plenty exciting as well. We're going to be kind of short on time for highlights for this one. It would be Croatia winning 3-2 on penalty kicks and advancing past Spain, and it will be Russia and Croatia playing each other in the next stage of the World Cup. Well, if you've been away from your phone, the internet, or a TV, we've got the biggest story in sports headed your way next. This guy, LeBron James, he's on the move. That's next on Sports Sunday. Well, NBA Christmas, as it's known, is upon us. The NBA's free agency period began at midnight today, and a number of deals broke early this morning. But it wasn't until about 8:10 this evening that the big fish was finally caught. That, of course, would be LeBron James, who will sign with the Los Angeles Lakers for a 4-year deal worth $154 million. The Lakers had long been the expected destination of LeBron, and this team is still expected to pursue San Antonio's Kawhi Leonard in trade talks. But as you might imagine, social media was on fire when news of LeBron's impending move to Los Angeles was announced. LeBron did not have a 1-hour TV special or a column. He just released a couple of those Instagram stories we saw a moment ago. Lakers great Kobe Bryant reacting to the news, Flint native Kyle Kuzma getting in on that, and of course Stephen A. Smith right there as well. The Detroit Pistons would not be, they don't have a ton of cap room, but they were able to sign a free agent, signing former Michigan Wolverine Glenn Robinson III to a 2-year deal worth $8 million. The second year of Robinson's deal with the Pistons is a team option. Of course, he spent the last 3 seasons with the Pacers and suffered an ankle injury last year that cost him several months of the season. But back in 2017, he was the winner of the NBA's Slam Dunk Contest. Speaking of the NBA, back on Thursday night, 1 week to the day he was drafted by the Charlotte Hornets, former MSU basketball star Miles Bridges was back in the Lansing area when he showed up to support his former teammates at the Moneyball Pro-Am tournament. It was there that Bridges talked to us about his whirlwind first week as an NBA player.
I feel more relieved. Glad to know what city I'm going to, what team I'm going to. It's been good for me. I'm just glad to be in the position that I am. I got to talk to MJ for a bit, but it was just brief. He's a good person, and I'm glad that I'm playing for him.
Miles Bridges in Charlotte, LeBron James in Los Angeles. It will be a fun upcoming NBA season. But coming up next, we'll run through our plays of the week. That's next on Sports Sunday. All right, let's get to it. Our top plays of the week. Play 5 is from Wednesday's Lugnuts win over the Lake County Captains out at Cooley Law School Stadium. Brock Lundquist with this massive 3-run homer over the wall, a souvenir for the kiddies in center field. Play number 4 from today. Tiger Woods on hole number 10. Amazing shot, but an even better roll. As that one would come from no man's land and get close to the pin right there. Of course, Woods would 2-putt on the green to record the 5. Play number 3, the catch from Nick Castellanos today. Unbelievable snag. Perhaps out of position, doesn't matter regardless. He made it on our top 5 plays. Play number 2, I'll take any day over that. His grand slam, it helped send the message that enough was enough. It was time for the losing streak to end. In our top play of the week, the Russian leg sweep. What a block by Russia's goalie, Igor Akinviv. A kick block to win the game and eliminate Spain in penalty kicks. Well, as I said at the top of our Sports Sunday program, this is my final show at WILX. Thank you to the players, coaches, and people that make Mid-Michigan such a great area. It's been a fun and challenging 27 months here in Lansing, and I'm not quite sure what the next chapter in my life has in store for me, but of course that's part of the journey. Thank you so much to my coworkers who have helped me out and bailed me out on high school football and basketball games throughout these 27 months. It's certainly been a lot of fun. For the final time, good night, Mid-Michigan. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you.